What? Did you think I was gone forever? Well, you thought wrong. Hey guys, I'm back after a little break, but now I'm ready to continue this thing. Gonna just. Yeah, so. It's already started. Glad you can make it, CCD.
Hey,
It's good to be back.
yeah.
Just send a few things and we can get started with this iceberg. Let's start. Okay. England 16 to 21 Scotland. You have any idea what this is supposed to be?
No.
Okay, this was a rugby match that took place on March 19th, 1938, and was notable for being the very first televised rugby match. Oh, we got another. Hey, Sora.
Hi.
Oh, another one. Holy cow! This is the most guests I've ever had for an iceberg stream.
Greens to be here.
Yeah,
Here
we're
'cause I have
just
nothing else to
talking.
do.
So yeah, we're talking about lost media from this iceberg I found a while ago on Reddit, and I'm currently on tier 13. So we're currently at the very first rugby match that we ever televised back in 1938.
Okay. Sounds interesting.
It was notable for a variety of reasons, and these included Scotland's last win at Twickenham until 1965, as well as the team winning any title, Triple Crown, or Grand Slam until achieving all three back in 1985. And as you can probably tell, as televisions weren't super reliable in the 1930s, the visual quality was inconsistent at best.
Hmm.
It was this was broadcasted by the BBC, which even if you don't know, if you're not from the UK, you probably know what I'm talking about. Oh, we got another one. Hey, Engine.
Hang on. I'm
Anyway.
gonna go to my game room so that way I can have my computer so I'll have a better mic.
Okay, so like other early BBC television broadcasts, this rugby match was was broadcasted live, meaning was not recorded, and and viewers couldn't do that either. Couldn't record themselves, as as recording systems weren't really common in the 1930s. But we do have some footage, unlike most early BBC programs, as some highlights can be found in a YouTube video, thanks to the British Pathé newsreels. Faux pause. Okay, when I first discovered this one, this is interesting. Oh, one more guest. We got Arcane. Anyway, so Faux Pause was a show that aired on the Game Show Network from June to August 1998.
Oh.
Now, you would think it would be just an ordinary game show, right?
Oh.
Well, actually not, because because the show's hosts Sean Donnellan and Mary Gallagher both react to episodes of game shows that were considered to be infamous, which is a similar. Think Mystery Science Theater 3000, but with game shows instead of movies. The show didn't last long and was canceled in the fall. Until 2013, the amount of episodes were not known, but in 2013, someone who worked on the show announced that said there were only 20 episodes. And of these, 14 are available online, with only 6 being lost. Though one of the lost episodes, Hot Potato, has a screenshot. The lost episodes include the one I just said, Hot Potato, All About Faces, All About the Opposite Sex, Chain Reaction, The Diamond Head Game, and Celebrity Double Talk. Since the show is obscure and did not get a home media release, only people who recorded the show back when it aired would have a chance at finding the full series. But I believe the chance of finding these are somewhat high. We don't have almost nearly half the series for nothing.
I'm looking on images right now. I can see where it says hot potato on it.
Huh. Anyway, next, Faye. Literally, it's just called Faye now.
What's that?
Okay. Oh, hold up. Faye was a quote super season sitcom that aired on NBC from 1975 to 1976. It was among the first. It was notable for being one of the first series on television to feature a divorcee as the main character, which was a topic that was somewhat seen as taboo at the time. Now, hold on. Here's the plot synopsis. Faye Stewart, played by Lee Grant, is a divorced woman in San Francisco who is hoping to make a new life for herself after her separation with her husband, played by Joe Silver, who occasionally comes into the picture. This often leads to involvement in family matters, where she finds herself taking to her son and daughter-in-law, played by Margaret Willock and Stuart Moss, as well as complications with her boss, played by Bill Gerber, at work. She also talks with her neighbor Lillian, who she socializes and receives advice from. Now, while most of the series has yet to be online, only one full episode is available, the episode Mr. Wonderful. However, 10 episodes do exist at the Library in Congress, and 4 exist at the Paley Center for Media, but you actually have to go there to see it, and apparently recording isn't allowed. Follow That Food. Okay, what kind of name is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it a connect the dots sort of thing?
That Food was a show that aired on the Food Network in the early 2000s, hosted by Australian journalist Gordon Elliott. The official Food Network page gives this brief summary. Quote, "Ever wonder just where some of your favorite delicacies come from and how they get here? Our intrepid host, Gordon Elliott, is hot on the trail of gourmet goodies, going from cradle to plate with some of the world's greatest food delights. We're off for exotic culinary journeys, from French dairy farms for the finest cheese, to Italian vineyards for golden olive oil, to California farms for the sweetest of honeys. We'll follow those foods and many others around the globe before they finally land in the kitchens of some of the best chefs around, where you'll see how they turn that one special product into a culinary masterpiece." And despite having a page on the website, no episodes are available, though some snippets can be found on YouTube, including half of the episode Key Lime. Frankie Stein. No, that wasn't a typo. That's literally what this entry is.
Yeah.
This was an unreleased 2008 CGI animated film produced by Sparkplug Entertainment. Does that name might not sound notable until you realize some of their do any of you recognize the name Sparkplug Entertainment?
No.
Well, they're known for making the infamous movies like a Car's Life, Sparky's Big Adventure, and Spider's Web: A Pig's Tale. So that
Oh.
I'm sure you probably heard of that Sparky bitch. Anyway, now the only evidence of the movie's existence was on a mention on the studio's official website, dating back to November 2008, stating that it would be released in spring 2009. However, when it passed, it was said to be in development to be released around 2009 or 2010, and was never updated after this and was shut down in 2012. Though it's unknown how no known footage from the film exists, and all that we have is the movie's logo. Though because they gave themselves a spring 2009 release, it's possible that a good chunk of the film was finished. Frozen early drafts. Oh, hold up. Sorry about that. Anyway, everybody knows the classic Disney movie Frozen, even though it was made of about a decade ago.
Yep.
But what many people don't know is that the plan for the film dates back all the way to the 1930s.
What?
Yeah, that's right. It went into development hell for like 75 years. There's way too much to list, but the Lost Media Wiki has lots of images. At one point, Elsa was even considered to be going to be the villain of the story.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, screenshots from an early screenshots of an animatic for the song "Let It Go" showcase a more malicious-looking Elsa if you look closely. And there's also a comparison of a screenshot from an earlier Japanese trailer, noticing a more menacing-looking Elsa. It's highly unlikely all of the early drafts of this movie will see the light of day, especially considering how old they are. Full Metal Fantasy. Full Metal Fantasy was a short live-action film based on the anime Full Metal Alchemist. Was made by Vic Mignogna, the dub voice actor for the character Edward Elric, and was notable for only being shown at conventions before legal issues caused it to be ported to concert DVDs. And as you can probably tell, they've been difficult to find. However, the full short film would be uploaded on October 25th, 2020, when Lost Media Wiki user Axifei uploaded the film in its entirety to Mega and the Internet Archive. Gadgets. Gadgets, also known as Gizmos, was a small restaurant chain located in the US and featured animatronics from the popular multimedia franchise Looney Tunes, called the Looney Tunes Revue. And there was also an animatronic named Sammy Sands located at the lounge. These happened in the 1980s. There were allegedly 55 show tapes made for the Looney Tunes review and at least 6 made for Sammy Sands. Some audio has resurfaced, and there's credence to the theory that some are in the hands of private collectors, though obviously they're pretty hard to come by. Girl Quake. I swear, why do these names keep getting stranger and stranger?
Right?
Girl
Why
Quake
can't
was an action exploitation film by New York artist Michael Randall and was a throwback to exploitation films. I'm not going to say the plot synopsis since I'm probably going to YouTube is probably going to age restrict it. But the Lost Media Wiki has a plot synopsis. It was first discovered by YouTuber Matt Presents in December of 2020, and in October of the following year, Matt got in contact with director Michael Randall and received a copy of the film on DVD. According to Randall, the film played at a few independent venues in New York City and Japan, but was eventually bought by underhanded distributors who never released the film. But now the film is available to view. Normnat. Normnat was a comic strip in the 1970s created by Jim Davis, who is known today for creating Garfield. Yeah, this was before Garfield. The main character, Normnat, was a straight man with Walter Mitty tendencies, and it was published from 1973 to 1975. But as Garfield came in, however, they would be found in However, in January of 2020, YouTube user Quinton Reviews traveled to Pendleton and scanned every Normnat and John comic he could find, and before later making them available for public consumption on June 5th of the same year, alongside an accompanying documentary video about the process. Oh no.
Hello, Switch
Hello.
bitch.
Why do I have to deal with people like this in my life? Are you okay? Anyway, Gorilla
man.
Interrupted original cut. Oh, hold on. Gorilla Interrupted is an amateur
Hello
sci-fi
there.
comedy film that was originally released in 2003 and features the founding members of Red Letter Media, those being Mike Stoltzklasa, Jay Bauman, and Rich Evans. And since it's amateur, it looks just about as good as it sounds. Like shit. It made its reign and scare until 2013 when Red Letter Media released a remastered cut on DVD and digital downloads. However, there's still a bit of it that's lost, and it's unknown if that will ever see the light of day. Greek Gospel of the Egyptians.
Use on tier 11.
I'm on tier 13.
Oh. I see.
This is a Gnostic gospel around the period of 120 to 150 AD, and that has only been mentioned 3 times as existing. With the ape now. So yeah. Dude. Now this became lost because after the place it was stored in was burned, and due to being church, it's likely that this will likely be lost forever, never to be found. And while loads of Gnostic Gospels from various Gnostic sects are still being found, this has yet to be discovered. And it doesn't look like it will ever be. Habbo Hotel Nokia mobile games. Between the years of 2005 and 2007, the Sulake, the company responsible for the MMO game known as Habbo Hotel, released 5 mobile games based on it for the Nokia, being Habbo Dreams, Puzzle Pipes, Duck Up, Space Pool, and Habbo Creatures. Now, there are 3 gameplay videos available online, and all of them come from a channel by the name of Teodornitinity and were posted in 2012. The game's Puzzle Pipe and Space Pool have only GIFs presenting a few screenshots of the game with no gameplay available whatsoever. There is a download page for Habbo Dreams on a website for mobile games, music, and screenshots called Phonicky. Even though it's totally possible to download it, it's not known if the game would work. And if so, it would be the only one of the 5 games being found and available. However, no one has come forward saying they did it and it works. Hourglass. Hourglass was a variety series that aired on WNBT, which ended up becoming NBC in New York, though it is reported that the series also aired on some other stations beginning on May 9th, 1946 and ending on March 6th, 1947. Its contemporary notability comes from the fact that it was the first variety television series to have been televised. It's also the first series in the field of entertainment to reach an hour-long in program length, along with being the first series to have its own television star. The series was canceled in February of 1947 and broadcast its last episode a month later. And as kinescopes were only invented later in 1947, after the end of Hourglass, no video elements are known to exist from the series. While 33 out of the 44 known audio recordings of this known to have been archived in the Library of Congress, they are not publicly available for an individual to easy access. And all that we have for the public is a production
I woke
photo.
up like shit.
It's anybody's guess to get for why I'm stuck with these people. Mostly a line.
I'm assuming that's another game show of some sort.
I'm sorry, what did you just say to me?
Nothing. Anyway, also CCD,
you.
you're actually right. This was a game show that aired in the summer of 1977.
Yeah, I could tell based on the title.
The show was hosted by Monty Hall, as he was forced to by NBC due to the condition of them not buying the show unless he hosted it.
What?
The format is quite complicated, but in the easiest way I can describe it, just think a mix of Jeopardy and Family Feud. There was the only episode that was online that was thought to be the last episode, but the channel that uploaded the episode was terminated, meaning there now exists 0 episodes of the show. The only visual thing we have is a promo for the show and a production still. Though there are some episodes still available in existence. 2 episodes are known to be held at the UCLA Film and Television Archives, and another 2 are known to be in the hands of private collectors. Aside from this, it's unknown what exists and how many episodes there were of this show. Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah, I see the promo for.
Huh?
Yeah, I see the promo from 1977.
Next up, Jeremy Clarkson's Extreme Machines. Jeremy Clarkson's Extreme Machines was the second of Clarkson's 5 television series that he produced during Top Gear's intermission period and aired during the beginning of 1998 on BBC Two when he was still working for the latter program. The basic premise of Extreme Machines was that it entailed Clarkson discussing and testing out various pieces of powerful machinery, both inside and outside the world of automobiles, a topic he would revisit for his 2001 series Speed. Now, here's the history. Originally, 6 episodes aired on BBC Two in January and February of 1998, and each episode was approximately half an hour long, totaling this in a series length of 3 hours. However, when the time came to release the series for the home video market, namely VHS, and later transferred to DVD, the decision was made to instead create a best of compilation, removing 2 hours of footage in the process. Which basically means that only about an hour of footage can be seen today. The series was then re-aired in a cut 23-minute form on BBC World, only episode 4 recorded. Later, on UK TV People, 24 minutes cut, only episodes 1 to 4 recorded. And around 2010, the series was aired on BBC Knowledge or in a 25-minute form, except for episode 4, which was aired in full, at least in Australia and Poland. The former airing was recorded, though is missing now, and the latter is available, however, dubbed over. So yeah, this one's quite complicated in terms of finds.
So it's a complicated lost media then.
Jet Squadron. This was a canceled Sega AM3 game that was shown at the IAU Amusement Expo in 2000, meant to be the third game in the Gunblade series. It would have had the traditional Gunblade gameplay such as dynamic camera angle, enemies with reactive AI, and aerial combat. The game was never heard from again after its appearance at the AIU Amusement Expo, and no prototype or ROM of it has ever surfaced. The only evidence this game existed are posts on NeoGAF, Arcade History, and System 16. Other than that, very little info of this has surfaced. Screenshots did exist at one point, but the websites that have them has since been lost. No, not even any footage of it at the AOU Amusement Expo has resurfaced. Joka.
Joa?
Joka was a fan. This refers to a fan animated film based on the anime Gegege no Kitaro. This was made in 1989 and was animated using a technique known as Dynavision, in which cells were projected in a slideshow manner with sound effects and light projections used to give the illusion of movement. Despite the limited animation, it was said that the quality of the film was phenomenal for a fan-animated made movie. Though nothing from it can be seen. It has never received a home media release. There are claims that some who were present at a private screening were able to obtain VHS copies, though this wouldn't be confirmed until 2021. In that year, the renewed interest film began circulating among Japanese Kitaro fans. When it was revealed that an anonymous user on X, yes, I'm calling it that, deal with it.
Nope. I'm just gonna call it
I have
Elon
to.
X.
Hey,
I'm just gonna
whatever
say Elon X.
whatever the site is called now, I have to use its name. I hate it too, but I have to. What was that anonymous user said that they owned a VHS copy of Joka. When contacted, they apologized, saying that they were not granted permission to upload the film online. Oh, and they did post they were kind enough to post a screenshot. As of writing, the film has no footage of the film exists, and it's likely the only way we'll found is if they get permission to upload it. Jolly Filter.
Jolly Ranchers?
Jolly Filter. Okay, this one's an interesting one. In the year 2000, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 creator Joel Hodgson and his brother Jim pitched an idea for a potential show known as Jolly Filter. The process involved taking a pre-existing film and adding humorous CGI effects along with some music alterations. As they were in a development deal with USA Networks, the brothers tested this out using the 1977 disaster film Roller Coaster. Ultimately, the project never panned out, and Hodgson moved on to the MST3K spiritual successor, Cinematic Titanic. And in 2008, however, this was actually uploaded at one point, as the official YouTube channel for it uploaded the entire test video. But the video soon had its audio muted due to copyright infringement, and the entire video was taken down by the end of 2009. It has not been mirrored officially or unofficially, and it's unknown if that will ever happen. Oh, and here's a description of the video. Please note it was written off of memory. The video shows the opening credits of Roller Coaster in its original state. Following this, the Jolly filter is activated and a jet ship flies around the Universal logo. It then makes a splash landing near the boardwalk where Timothy Bottoms goes fishing with a small frog attached to his rod. The frog gets eaten by a shark while Bottoms turns on the radio where Ohio Players' Love Roller Coaster plays. While investigating the Ocean View amusement park through binoculars, a fly gets into his nose. The park's clown building suddenly opens, revealing an electrifying brain. Its eerie appearance manages to break the glass off its binoculars, and the fly buzzes off. No footage or screenshots have surfaced of the video. Just mail us the Grammy.
What the fuck is that name?
Just mail us the Grammy. This was actually on an album by comedy duo Rhett and Link. You know, the hosts of Good Mythical Morning.
No.
So yeah, back before they became well known, they were musicians, even when they worked as engineers. They independently released the album Just Mail Us the Grammy, featuring the popular song the Unibrow song, and they independently released the song I'm Sorry, What Was That? Now, there were 11 songs. Of these, only 5 have been completely found, those being Lil Fellers, to Be a Backstreet Boy, the Unibrow song, A Tribute to Friends, and this song. Well, one song, that being the song Fartin' Girl, played in a 2014 of their 14 episode of their podcast Ear Biscuits. And there are 5 other songs completely, those being The Pause, Solution Specialist, Call to Superman, Link is Engaged, and Population Specialist. There are CDs, as there's a picture of someone holding the CD, so people could possibly still have the CD. So the only way this could be found is if someone that had the DVD uploaded the entire album online. So yeah, I could sort of see this being found, but who knows? Justice League, Zack Snyder cut. Oh boy, this is a big one. You guys probably have heard about this one.
My mom watched that.
Justice League was a 2017 superhero film that was probably one of the most disappointing films of the last decade. Well, the original version anyway, right?
Well, Grayson, I fell asleep during the entire movie.
I guess that gets my point across. Now,
Finally, Grayson can
Zack Snyder did direct the film, but something had to. While it was almost finished, something happened. Can can I tell you what that thing was? It was it was actually a family tragedy. And you don't want to know what happened?
What?
What?
Basically, I believe one of Snyder's children tragically ended their own life.
How so?
I think you can go look. I think you can go look that up yourself. I don't remember what it was, but I think you can find it online. So during the post production, the movie was given to to MCU director Josh Whedon, who I think you know his work.
Josh Russo?
Yeah, that kind of led to some of the film having terrible CGI. You know the you know the mouth thing with on Superman. Now, before the release of the Snyder cut, Aquaman actor Jason Momoa confirmed that the cut still existed and has personally seen it. Snyder confirmed it in December 2019, and in 2020, and as we pretty much already now know, it was announced that the film would be released to HBO Max in 2021, which it did on March 18th. Keep in mind that HBO Max is now known as just Max, but yeah, there have been a few pieces of lost media found thanks to streaming.
I'm aware.
Kako date sutra zovem.
Sounds like German.
Bro, I'm pretty sure this is not German. If it is, I'm gonna be.
Oh,
Oh,
Hang on.
it's Bosnian Serb.
Let me. Kakote.
This is an album
Soven.
by Bosnian Serb singer and demobilized soldier of and the demonized
What?
soldier of Garda Pinteri, Miro Semberak. And is famous online for his Bosnian war songs, most notably Jadna Bosno Suverene, which achieved millions of views. And in 1996, he released this album, but only 3 songs are available. Those being the songs Ni Jedna mi ne mazila, Vrati mi se and Prosla City. That's it. That's it. The other missing songs are I'm not going to pronounce that because I hate my pronunciation of Bosnian and crap words. Catbot. Catbot was a proposed Disney animated series that was produced, but it was never aired. This concept had working potential as it was picked up when it was its concept was working potential as it was picked up when it was based on a web cartoon created by Angelo Martini. And involves a cat alien who goes to Earth and disguises herself as a European exchange student. On June 18th, 2005, 3 months before it was aired, Martini revealed this in a blog saying, quote, "A few years before Catbot was optioned by Disney, we made a pilot. It got shelved for a while, then resurrected into some horrid caricature of what it originally was. To top it off, I was pushed out of the picture. I got the shaft while all these strangers came in to make my show. It was a very painful time for me. The show, as of right now, is lost as it never even aired." You know what it? And you want to know something? It's possible that Angelo Martini prevented a Making Fiends type situation from happening. There are very eerie similarities, and they even have the same number of episodes. All that we have are some screenshots, background art, and the intro for the show, and 2 short clips. Nothing else. Left 4 Dead 2: The Cabin in the Woods. Left 4 Dead. I'm pretty sure you guys already know the game Left 4 Dead 2, which was a
No, I
survival horror
don't.
shooter. It's for those who don't, it's a survival horror shooter video game developed and released by Valve in 2009. Despite the multiple controversies, it was a critical and commercial success. A third campaign developed by Valve was in the works, or it's meant to be a tie-in for the 2002 horror film The Cabin in the Woods. But due to the movie's delays and financial struggles, the tie-in campaign ended up being scrapped. It's unlike nothing from this has surfaced and likely never will. Little Big Planet Hub. This was going to be a PS3 game based on the Big Planet series developed by Sumo Digital, announced at Gamescom 2013, and a trailer was shown. It appeared that this was a free downloadable game where players can have unlimited access to features seen in the first 2 Little Big Planet games and exclusive content. It was never mentioned again after the announcement, and is rumored that the game was canceled. However, no announcement regarding the game's cancellation has ever been given. The game likely disappeared to Sumo Digital's upcoming game Little Big Planet 3 was in the works. All that we have right now are the reveal trailers, the logo, and a couple screenshots from a beta version. Littlest Pet Shop Online, lost assets. This computer's making that noise.
I don't have a computer anymore, Grayson.
Oh.
So yeah, it was Hollywood.
That was me. Sorry, I keep on getting notifications.
Littlest Pet. LS, also called just LSPSO. This was an MMORPG released by EA in 2009, based on and in collaboration with Freema Studios and Hasbro, based on the franchise Littlest Pet Shop. I believe specifically mainly to promote the reboot, although I don't know if the modern reboot was on when this came out. The game allowed players to customize their own pet, play games, and talk with friends. In addition, toys were released by Hasbro that contained codes for the game that could unlock special exclusive content. And though it was originally marketed towards young girls, it's received a cult following among many different demographics. Although in 2011 the game was shut down, and to this day it's unplayable. Though a couple assets have been found, there's barely any build of the game available, and there's likely to not be. Yeah, it's unlikely that bringing this game back is high on Hasbro's list, so don't hold your breath. For all you Littlest Pet Shop fans, I'm not one of them.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Even I'm not one of them.
Shut the fuck up.
No, seriously, true, I'm not one of them.
Okay. Live. The Death of a Dictionary. Or Live. I don't know. I don't know. Now going by the name Public Affection. This is an American alternative rock band from York, Pennsylvania that was formed beginning in 1991 and released their debut album Mental Jewelry, which breakout success. And they're still performing to this day. Many fans aren't aware of the band, the original debut album created and released by the band with their original name, Public Affection. Oh wait, no, they now go by as Live. Public Affection was their name, and it was titled "The Death of a Dictionary." As of the album is now out of print and only one song being found. That being the song "Good Pain," having been reworked and released on the night on Mental Jewelry. The main tracks can only be heard on "The Death of a Dictionary." Heard on the album. Those being the songs "Savior for a Day," "Who Put the Fear in Here," "Morning Humor," "Paper Flowers," "The Hands of a Teacher," "Sister," "Raising a Man," "Libra," and "Ball and Chain." Give me a second.
I woke up like shit today.
Lost Rare commercials / infomercials starring Billy Mays. William Darrell Bailey Mays Jr. was an American direct response marketing punchman operating from the 1980s to his death from hypertension in 2009. So, yeah, that's disturbing. And like most, as Billy starred has in hundreds of commercials and infomercials, it should be of little surprise to anyone who has done lost media research that at least some would be lost. This is due to multiple factors, such as May's sudden death, the fact that most people didn't go out of their way to record infomercials, never mind uploading them onto the internet. Wait, no.
Nonetheless. The fuck? What the fuck? It's nice to meet you, Hollywood.
Yeah.
Again with a notification.
About that,
What the fuck just happened?
I accidentally closed my window.
Brett!
I'm such a fucking dumbass.
Oh yeah, I did Jude the Grayson seeing
Hey,
watery when I just brought him.
Shut up. Shut up before I mute you. You laugh like a fucking child. I swear to God.
Dilligaff.
Anyway, where was... Oh, yeah, I was talking about those infomercials. Yeah, there's too many to list. The Lost Media Wiki can tell you all about it. I don't care. Anyway. Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. Unaired pilot. This is a game show that combined two popular formats. Those being the game, as you can probably tell, Match Game and Hollywood Squares into one, airing on NBC from Halloween 1983 to July 1984, and was hosted by Gene Rayburn and actor John Bowser Bauman for both. Before the show was picked up, a pilot was made to demonstrate the two formats of action. And as you can probably tell, it was successful. It was never the only way this... The only stuff we have right now are screenshots of the pilot. It's unknown if the pilot will ever see the light of day. Meet or die.
What's meet or die?
Okay,
I don't
this
know. You
is
just
first
die.
to a mobile game. This is this mobile game was based on a Lost mobile game was based on a web series created in 2009 about two dinosaurs trying to fit and failing to get meat in New York City. It was created by Japanese animation studio Bonus Company. It was mostly known for its run on Nintendo's certain video service Nintendo Video, which probably will come up later. This game was a 2D action adventure game where the player can play as either one of the main characters, Yans or Gans, as to collect the most meat. And you have to attack enemies while doing so. The only available we have is the trailer. Nothing since after the trailer was released, nothing from this game is ever heard of, as it was likely canceled. But who knows? And if it was canceled, we don't know how far it got in production. Mechanoids. Mechanoids was a robot combat game show released between Robot Wars in 2003. It was described as Robot Wars with blood and swearing, and focused on more remote control anthropomorphic robots. It had 6 episodes hosted and aired on BBC Three late at night and past 11 p.m. You can kind of see where this is going, right?
Yeah.
You can probably see why it's lost. Because of its late night slot. So what has actually been found? Only episodes 4 and 5 have been found. The other the first 3 episodes along with the last episode are still lost to this day. Metal Gear 2014 remake.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure everybody has at least heard of Metal Gear.
Metal Gear Solid.
It was a 1987 Japanese game known for its stealth, and it was in 2014 a fan-made remake of the game by independent game developer Ian Ratcliffe and his team at Outer Heaven was in development. It was even given approval by Konami. However, months later, Konami ordered the development team put it on hold, which led to the game's cancellation. The only stuff we have are 3 pieces of concept art, as well as a 3D render of one of the game's maps. But that is it.
Bo.
Mind Playing Tricks on Me, early Scarface solo version. This Mind Playing Tricks on Me was a song by American hip hop group called the Ghetto Boys. The song explores themes of PTSD and anxiety and is often considered to be one of the greatest hip hop songs of all time. However, the song didn't start out as a Ghetto Boys record. In 2010, rapper Scarface, a member of the group, revealed in an interview saying, quote, it was a record I originally recorded for my solo album, but Willie D wanted everyone to rap on it. Then it became a Ghetto Boys record. In 2015, he expanded on this in a verified Genius annotation. Quote, I wish I could find the original version of this song, the one I first recorded. I gave it to a buddy of mine named Lil Silver and he died. That's the only copy of my Mind Playing Tricks on Me with every verse by me. Somebody has that fucking tape somewhere. It's me, all by myself. as of this year, has not been released or even hinted at by a possible owner. Mini Pocha? Pocha?
Yeah,
I don't know.
mini polka.
Thank you. Thank you. This was a game made by Fifth Cell Media, the same company behind games such as Drawn to Life and Scribble Knots for the Nokia Series 40 and Series 60, published by THQ Wireless. The game was available to purchase on both. On all current downloads are non-playable, but show some assets. Here's the gameplay. Blocks come in 4 colors and are either full or half full. And when a block lands, the water inside it will pour until it stops. Drop a full block onto another full block of the same color to burst them. Get bonuses by bursting large rectangles of blocks or even shapes. Get more bonuses for causing a chain reaction. And some screenshots can be found, but no build of the game. However, the jar file of the game can be downloaded from sites such as Phonykey, but when put through an emulator, you can't get past the title screen. Mission 22110. This was a children's game show that ran for 2 seasons on the British TV network CBBC throughout 2010. Set in a dystopian future where humanity has mostly wiped out by robots, episodes were often divided into 2 intermittent sections. A game show focusing on the young contestants and a story focusing on the show's main character, Caleb, played by Stuart Goldsmith, and his AI guardian, Cybele, played by Lindsay Duncan. Caleb also served as a guide for the contestants, instructing and interacting with them throughout the game. And if you don't know the show's title also reveals what year this is set, the year 2110. Little information on the show's general reception, though few reviews that are still up suggest that it received a mostly positive response. The camera crew was also nominated for a Royal Television Society Award for multi-camera work in August 2010.
We're dead.
There
in
were
2110.
rumors of a 3rd season, but these seem to be just rumors, as it was never made. At the time of this, right now, episodes 9 to 13 of season 1 and episodes 1 to 7 of season 2 are up on YouTube. The educational math games based on the show are also still available on the BBC Bite-Size website, though the CBBC's website's expanded universe flash game, the Cyclone Archives, also appears to be lost. Nothing else. Monster Chronicle 2, Mysterious Mecha Empire. This mobile game was a sequel to Monster Chronicle, released for feature phone services in November of 2009. This was Japan exclusive. It's currently unavailable and service closure date is unknown, but it has been getting updates. But it had been getting updates for at least until early 2010. All that we have of the game is a promotional image and some screenshots of the game. Nothing else. Oh, and a couple of character pictures. Most annoying people.
And that most annoying person is Grayson.
I knew someone was gonna make that joke. That's it. You're getting muted. And nothing of value was lost. You do realize I muted you, right?
It was worth it.
Can I just get to this, whatever the hell this show is?
Yeah.
Okay. Most Annoying People was a British television program that was broadcast on BBC Three from December 2006 to December 26th, 2011. Narrated by television radio presenter Richard Bacon and was shown during the end of the year. It counted down the 10 most irritating people of said year, with celebrities, pop stars, trends, and politicians included. Bro, imagine if this were made today.
Oh no.
But could you see this concept working today?
No. Okay, yes.
So actually, the show, as I said, one special was produced each year, making 6 episodes, and all except the first, the one from 2006, have been found. No screenshots or footage exists. Now I'm going to talk about how those 5 became found. UK users could watch them on demand using BBC iPlayer, but they've since become unavailable. But on May 18th of 2020, full episode in 4 parts of Most Annoying People 2009 was found on Veo. These episodes were uploaded to the Internet Archive for preservation. And on December 30th of 2021, YouTube user QLMB, an avid Lost Media hunter, had most of these episodes after being a major fan of the TV channel. He has uploaded these to the Internet Archive for preservation. The chance of 2006 could be somewhat high. We just have to wait and see. Masterpiece Theater.
Masterpiece.
This is an animation compilation series that was broadcast on the Disney Channel from 1983 to 1990. So you could essentially say it was one of the first shows broadcasted on the then new channel. Yeah, it was one of the Disney Channel's launch programs. And with such a historic milestone, you would think it would be better preserved, right?
No.
Oh, you'd be dead wrong. Only 6 episodes were produced during its initial run, though only 2 have been found, with one and another being partially found. There were no home media releases, and it's unknown if a Disney Plus release would be in the cards, as that would seem to be the only way this could be found. Mutts, canceled film adaptation. Mutts is a comic strip created by Patrick McDonnell, published by King Feature Syndicate, following the daily lives of various pets, primarily centering on Earl the dog and Mooch the cat, and their owners in a New Jersey neighborhood that's been ongoing since in print since 1994 to great success. And while the media only consists of comics, in the 2010s, a computer animated adaptation was set to be distributed by 20th Century Fox and produced by the now defunct Blue Sky Studios. It was silently scrapped and never released.
Let's make that 16.
No footage of this exists online. There is an animation test available on Vimeo, but you actually have to apparently get some kind of password. And due to the closure of Blue Sky, it's very unlikely production materials for this will ever surface.
Make that
My
16
American
films.
Friend. Oh no, is this going to be racist?
I'm sorry. What title is this?
Okay. My American Friend.
Oh God.
This was a live-action pilot co-produced by two studios, both part of Viacom. Nickelodeon from the US and Rainbow Spa from Italy. The main characters were played by Kiana and Kalina Kimpian, two singers from California. This would later return into a full series being titled Maggie and Bianca Fashion Friends and produced entirely in Italy with new Italian actresses. However, the original pilot with American actresses hasn't been released. The only stuff we have is a promo photo and 7 screenshots, which are probably stills from the Nabisco world. I think you guys probably know what Nabisco is.
No, I don't.
It's the company that makes those delicious Capri Sun drinks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Now, they had their own website that lasted from a whopping for a little over a decade, from 1999 to 2013. And they had online games. However, in 2013, they were shut down, leaving most of them to become law. However, quite a lot have been found. The Lost Media Wiki has a list of which have been found and or not. But yeah, most of the games seem to have been recovered, with some games either being other games only being partially found or lost completely. So yeah, this has a somewhat medium chance of being fully found. So yeah. Net Nobody, lost music and YouTube videos.
Nobody lost a dumbass just
Autumn
like us.
Dahlberg, better known as Net Nobody, is the former YouTube. This is actually the YouTube. This is actually one of the new names that went by YouTube user Sky Does Minecraft, who announced on July of 2017 that he was quitting Minecraft videos and transitioned to making music. And this lasted from 2017 to 2020, and yeah, some of them have become lost, though some can be found. And a couple of these, and a good portion of these aren't even confirmed. And have either been released or not even confirmed to exist. So it's unlikely that all of these videos will see the light of day, as some of them could just be new traditionalists.
Oh my.
For Devo's new traditional a faux Greek temple stage set, synchronized lighting and slides, and complex choreography based on 3 treadmills. 2 shows from this tour were known to be filmed, but the footage has been lost, save for 3 songs. This occurred in 1981, and it's unknown if all of the entire content will see the light of day. Okay, I'm sorry if I break this chill down someone's spines. Nick Studio 10. I'm guessing people have no idea what I'm talking about. Nick Studio 10 was a programming block that aired for 4 months in 2013. It's like Braden Insane aired on Nickelodeon. And you're probably wondering, how is that the case, right? Well, listen. The show involved actors from Nickelodeon shows. It was mostly the live action ones performing quote. What really set off people were the were the broadcast interruptions. During broadcasts, shows in progress would be interrupted to show a stupid clip no one wanted to see, such as a clip of an So there's one interruption showing an episode of SpongeBob, and then it cuts to an owl moving its head in a weird way. Yeah, yeah, you could probably tell how that went, right? Right?
Fucked up.
Anyway,
Cricket sounds.
sounds like shit.
Yeah.
Yo, Vance, are you still there?
No, dormí muy
Yeah.
bien.
Oh, okay. Anyway, because of how hated this block was, it was cut short rather quickly. And almost all of its material, as some is now lost. Though part of it has been released by Nickelodeon, the Fart in a Jar music video. I don't know why they would want to upload that, but whatever. 9 Inch Nails' Lost Songs.
Ooh, an album, I see. Well, not necessarily an album, but you know.
I'm pretty sure you guys. I believe most people know about the industrial rock band 9 Inch Nails. Those, yeah, they founded in 1988, and while of their existence, several songs have yet to be released. Here are some of the most notable ones. Those being The Downward Spiral, The Fragile, Bleed Through, With Teeth, original, and there was also an original song for the upcoming return of the show Twin Peaks, apparently. However,
So
only a small fraction can be. I guess not. Anyway, next. O Derecho de Nascer.
Hang on. Oh no, you pronounced it wrong. It's actually Director Renacer. Wait,
Yeah.
Nasque. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Also,
Nasquer, yeah.
Also, in English, it translates to The Right of Being Born. This is a Brazilian soap opera that aired on TV Tupi and TV Rio. Oh, and it had 160 30-minutes long episodes that were exhibited from Monday to Friday, airing from 1964 and ending on 1965. It was written by Talma de Oliveira and Teixeira Filho and was an adaptation of the Cuban radio play with the same name by Felix Kainet. It was considered the first. The plot takes place in Cuba in the early 20th century. Maria Helena, daughter of Don Rafael Zamora de Juncal, one of the richest men in Havana, falls in love with Alfredo Martins, whose family is the rival of the Juncal family, and gets pregnant. Alfredo tries to convince Maria to make an abortion, but she refuses. When Albertino is born, Dolores takes him out of the city because his life was menaced by Rafael. While Maria goes to a monastery, Dolores educates Albertino, who becomes a doctor and falls in love with Isabel Cristina. Now, this adaptation, in spite of being a popular soap opera from the early 60s, none of the original 1964 episodes can be found on the television or the internet.
That was
Oil
the
and
weirdest
vinegar.
lost media.
You think that's weird? Wait until you hear oil and vinegar.
Sounds random.
Does the name John Hughes ring any bells? Anyway, this was Oil and Vinegars was a canceled film. And after John Hughes died in 2009, his family found multiple unreleased scripts. One of these being the movie Oil and Vinegar, which was said to have been a favorite. And despite his love, the script has never been released. It was written by sometime in 1984 to 1986, and when it's followed a similar play-like format seen in another Hughes movie, The Breakfast Club. The script has remained lost and will likely not be released by any other than the family. Those who read the script hail it as Hughes' greatest work, and many fans hope that the script will be released publicly or even get made into a film. And with the eventual finding of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles as deleted scenes last year, you can never be too doubtful. Om the movie. What the fuck?
I was trying to do Om Nom.
Okay, now we got one of those existence unconfirmed ones. Omnon the movie is a supposed film based on the mobile game Cut the Rope. It was announced in 2015 and was scheduled to at least released in 2016. Now, here is a synopsis. Omnom tells the story of a 13-year-old boy named Evan whose impulsiveness leads him to open a secret passage containing a living scientific experiment with mischievous intentions. Known only as Omnom, this adorable creature has an insatiable appetite for everything sugary. Now free to roam, Omnom begins to wreak havoc upon this formerly quiet town, and Evan, with his little sister Jordan in tow, must follow him on an epic adventure while avoiding a host of government agents, shady characters, and other unique creatures, all of whom are looking to capture Omnom for themselves. Along the way, Evan and Omnom will discover the importance of trust and patience, and how life's accidents can sometimes lead to incredible discoveries and unforgettable moments. No other further information about the film has been given since. Zeptolab, the creators of the Cut the Rope franchise, would be working with Blockade Entertainment to make this film. It's unknown if this film is canceled or not, as Blockade's official website says Omnom is in development. The CEO of Zeptolab said, quote, Blockade was the right partner to do this. Blockade is also making other movies based on games, including Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper. It released Heavenly Sword, a computer-generated animated film in 2014 on DVD. Keep in mind, Ratchet and Clank. Remember the Ratchet and Clank movie?
Oh, that movie. That exists.
Yeah, I believe the awful reception caused this to be canceled. It is currently confirmed if there is any production material made of this film aside from its poster, which is its basement for its announcement, but currently unclear if anything has come from it. Ora Guzura Dado, original anime audio. Also known as Hey, I'm Guzura, this is a 1967 black and white anime series directed by Hiroshi Sasagawa, produced by Tatsunoko Productions. And in 1987, the series was actually remade in color. Now, the original anime aired from 1967 to 1968. Now, majority of the dub is lost. However, the 1987 version has been found completely, but only a small fraction of the original 1967 anime is lost, as well as its manga. So yeah, It's unknown if we'll ever get to see that completely. Organized confusion. In December of 1982, the late Kurt Cobain would make his first demo tape. Using his aunt's guitar, his aunt's bass, and his mother's pink suitcase with a set of wooden spoons to emulate drums, Cobain would record a series of tracks for a demo he would title Organized Confusion. Recording would take place at his Aunt Mary Earl's house in Burien, Washington, just south of Seattle. He would use her TEAC A2340 recorder, recording an unknown amount of songs in the process. It was similar to that of Kurt's second band, Fecal Matter, and also early Nirvana, which distorted guitars, heavy bass, and muffled low vocals mixed with what was described as blood-curdling screams. Mary Earl would said of the demo, quote, "He was excited about some songs he had written and wanted to use my recording equipment to get them down on tape. I told him he could use my computer drum machine too, but he was adamant and said, I want to keep my music pure. However, the only stuff that has surfaced is some isolated audio and a clip from Kurt and Courtney where Kurt's Aunt Marie talks about and plays the only released portion of the film, which lasts about 50 seconds. Oysterhead Maze. This is a 3D Shockwave Flash game made by Roger Gomes, themed after the musical group Oysterhead. It was the game's files were hosted on the now defunct Throbbing Media website and possibly on the original Oysterhead website from 2001. Now, the search for this started back, I believe, in a user named a Floss Media Wiki forum user, the Cracks Overhead, recalled playing the game only once when it was still available on the website. And after managing to find the now dead link, he tracked down a couple of mentions of the game online. The most important mention came from a thread on the DLSL for Reports forum where a team screenshot of the game was posted. User Tommy Shadow was able to find the game's creator, Roger Jones, by inspecting the Shockwave movie and director. Jones, who used to work for Macromedia, used Director very frequently. In November of last year, the Cracks Overhead managed to get into contact with Roger and was sent a working copy of the game on December 5th. It has since been uploaded to Blue Maxima's Flashpoint and archived on archive.org. Panic Mechanics. Panic Mechanics was a BBC Two game show that aired in 2002. During the time which the channel during the time when the channel was when its most popular program, Top Gear, was going on a hiatus. Now, there were reportedly only 7 episodes. 8 if you count the unaired 2001 pilot have made. No episodes have survived. And all that exists is a screenshot found from a trailer. Pinellas Idol. Am I saying that correctly? Pinellas Idol?
Let me see. Pinellas Idol. Or is it Pine? I really don't know.
I am. Okay. Sometime in the early 2000s, a public access TV show was made in Clearwater, Florida called Pinellas Idol. This show, much like American Idol, involved. So basically, it's just like American Idol. It's a singing competition. The show was hosted by a man named Kenneth C. Christie. Aside from these few tidbits, In around 2013, a YouTube user known as Kevin Carpenter posted a YouTube comment in which they asked where the other Pinellas Idol episodes can be found. They claim that I was there. That quote, I was there during filming and I was in the audience during one of the episodes. And that quote, I know I was in the final cut as well because I saw it aired on TV channel 96 back a few years ago. Other than this, not much is known about the show available, including how many episodes there were, and even who ended up winning. Now, the Tampa Bay Times mentioned someone. A Tampa Bay Times article published in 2020 states that a man named Vonabal Hurst won Pinellas Idol. Well, but it's unknown if this is referring to the public access show. Only the first episode is available, and which has been uploaded twice. And when Braden Insane said it, he said that he was very embarrassed that this came out of his home state. Pitchmen. Pitchmen was a docudrama series that aired on the Discovery Channel, produced by Productions, that aired from 2009 to 2011. It provided a behind-the-scenes peek at the legendary pitchman Billy Mays, as I said previously, he and Anthony Sullivan's lives in the competitive direct response marketing business. Despite being barely popular, it was difficult to find full episodes. However, on November 2nd of 2019, the first season would be found by Internet Archive user Long Lost Video. Ooh. When he ripped the contents of it from a DVD. The second season remained mostly lost until June 9th of 2020, when YouTube user Best Grocery Playville uploaded what appears to be master copies of the second season's episodes, albeit in blurry quality due to YouTube's compresses. But all episodes can be found now, I believe. Playing with Fire. No, the 2019 Nickelodeon movie starring John Cena obviously isn't Lost, if any of you were thinking of that. Anyway, Playing with Fire was a TV movie that aired on NBC back in 1985. And it was notable for starring Gary Coleman, a star of the popular sitcom Different Strokes. Now, the main character, played by Coleman, and is a troubled teenager who deals with his parents' divorce first by committing arson, hence the name of the film, Playing with Fire. The film had a very negative critical reception as well as low ratings. Critics and audiences generally didn't like how the film dealt with serious issues, and that Coleman didn't do a good job of portraying a character in a serious film. Because he was a child actor at the time, this film might have put too much on his plate. Also, rest in peace, Coleman. He's been not with us since 2010.
I have actually
NBC never aired the film again, and no home media releases occurred. Aside from schools allegedly keeping copies made to show in schools as part of fire safety education. although there is very little evidence supporting this. Due to the show, all that we have is a poster and 2 promos. Although it's likely that because the show aired in the 1980s, someone could have recorded its premiere. But who knows if that'll ever show up. Pony Metal U Game. This is a fan-made series parodying Heavy Metal L Game and Create Me, and this was planned to be a game that was made on the MSXII that was planned to be released in the 1980s. It never saw any sort of release or much of an announcement. All that we have is a 3-minute promotional video, some teaser artwork, some pictures showcasing screenshots and pictures of characters, as well as an article selling promo film. But that is it. Rockman Keitai.
What? Rock what? Rockman Kitai.
Rockman Keitai was a series of mobile phone games based on the Mega Man franchise, based on the Mega Rockman franchise, which is called that's its name in Japan. It's Mega Man in the US. And these games were made sometime between 2000 to 2014, and after 2014, these were closed. However, a couple games can be found, though there were 36. Of these, only 7 have been found. It's unlikely the rest will see the light of day. RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12 Sherry Pie footage. I think most people are aware what the show is, RuPaul's Drag Race.
Unfortunately, no.
So it's the premise of this competition shows in the title. Hosted by RuPaul, it's basically like a designer show where drag racers have to design competitions, and the one with the best ends up winning in the end. So basically, think of a drag race version of America's Next Top Model, I guess. However, this refers to the season 12 unreleased footage of a competitor named Sherry Pie. Now, okay, this one is a bit darker, so please bear with me. In March of 2020, 25-year-old actor Benjamin Shimkus made a post on Facebook detailing his experience being sexually coerced by Sherry Pie, whose real name is Joey Guglielmelli, who is a drag queen competing on season 12 of the popular reality show. After Shimkus's post, multiple other victims came forward with allegations of sexual misconduct against Sherry Pie. On March 6th, and 2 days later, Guglielmelli admitted to sexual misconduct in a Facebook post to the official Sherry Pie account, saying, quote, "This is Joey. I want to start by saying how sorry I am that I caused such trauma and pain, and how horribly embarrassed and disgusted I am with myself," he wrote, stating that his actions were due to mental health issues. "I know that the pain and hurt that I have caused will never go away, and I know that what I did was wrong and truly cruel. Until being on RuPaul's Drag Race, I never really understood how much my mental health and taking care of things meant," he added, saying he was getting mental health treatment. "I learned on that show how important loving yourself is, and I don't think I have ever loved myself. I have been seeking help and receiving treatment since coming back to NYC. I truly apologize to everyone I have hurt with my actions." On the same day, VH1, the channel that airs RuPaul's Drag Race, released a statement announcing that Sherry Pie had been disqualified and would not be appearing at the season finale scheduled to be filmed in spring of 2020. VH1 also announced that the rest of the season would air as planned out of respect for the work of other drag queens. They did air the season, though Cherry Pie was though significant changes to the general edit and narrative focus. It was commonly known that a large storyline throughout the season was planned to center around a feud between Cherry Pie and fellow contestant Gigi Good. This was entirely scrapped for obvious reasons. Additionally, footage of Sherry was removed for most episodes following her disqualification. Her confessionals, frozen runway, and the hashtag Team Sherry segment at the end of the 12th episode not air. Though I don't know how it says how far he got. All that we have are 2 videos. There was another episode, but that has 2 videos. And there was also a YouTube video show about the Cherry Pie disqualification story, but that's since been privated. Also, we have it's VH1 likely doesn't want them to be released. And who would want this to be found? Salome Jane. Salome Jane was a 1914 Western silent film based on the 1889 short novel Salome Jane's Kiss, but written by Bret Hart. Notable for being the first silent film starring Beatrice Michelena and the only silent film with Michelenica that still survived to this day. It was about Salome Jane being rescued by Jack Dart from a ruffian's sexual advances. After Dart kills the ruffian, he runs for the law for being falsely accused of a crime. Jane comes from the rescue, saving Dart from being lynched for the crime. How was this was found? Well, a print of the film was found in Australia in 1996, which was believed to be the only surviving. It was sent to the Library of Congress and was restored in 2011, releasing on Treasures 5, The West, 1898 to 1938, a DVD set of 40 films from that era from the Wild West, made by the National Film Preservation Foundation. So yeah, I think you can now buy the DVD. SCP-048 original versions. This is an article written for the SCP Wiki, a writing community creating containment fiction structured around the framing device of this SCP Foundation, or a fictional article collection. This article is a meta-reference to various poor-quality articles that were written in short order prior to the current version of the site. Only one of those former has been archived, that being the Joey, which was archived via the Wayback Machine. And that's it. Self-Portrait 1969 experimental film. Self-Portrait is an experimental film by artist Yoko Ono. That name probably rings a bell because I believe she was the wife of former Beatle John Lennon. The 42-minute film is premiering at the Institute of Contemporary Art in London in 1969. This 42-minute film is one single shot of Beatles singer John Lennon's semi-erect dick. I'm not kidding. Yeah, it's basically just
Say that again?
The film is a one single
Fuck
shot
you,
of the
Christian.
of Beatles singer John Lennon's semi-erect dick. And since it's screening, it has
Why?
not resurfaced. No footage or screenshots have surfaced, and due to Yoko Ono's perfectionist nature and that she was not able to capture the audience's expression to finish it, it was most likely to never resurface. Skater Nation. Skater Nation was an iOS game which is involved, well, skateboarding. That was released in 2009, developed by Gameloft. The game had an open world where the player could skate and complete multiple missions with up to 8 characters. It also had an upload feature where the player could upload a replay in-game to YouTube, similar to Skate. However, it's unknown when and why the game was taken down, but the last known archive on the iTunes store page was in 2013. However, on May 17th, 2020, an IPA copy of the 1.2.1 version was found on MediaFire and now can be played. And now we get to my single favorite piece of lost media, Skatoony, original British version.
Skatoony.
I believe I've talked. I'm pretty aligned. I think this might be for you. Is anyone else here? Vance, are you aware of Skatoony's existence?
What?
Are you
Vance?
aware of Skatoony's existence?
No.
Okay, let me explain with this. This was an animated / live action game show that premiered on Cartoon Network UK in 2006 to 2008, it was basically involved real life kids battling cartoon characters. The show was hosted by Chud Chutters and the Earl, who would give away prizes like iPhones and video game consoles. And so here's how the contest went. And so the game consisted of 4 rounds with 6 contestants, with players being eliminated as the episode continues. And a real life kid always wins because cartoon characters don't exist. Ha ha ha! Very funny, guys.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And but what makes it odder, in 2010, Skatoony was remade for North American audiences, I believe more Canadian ones, and which featured a new voice cast. And what's also strangely, some of the characters were replaced with characters from other shows like Jimmy Two Shoes and Total Drama, which is probably the version most people are aware of to this day. Now,
Jimmy Two
as I
Shoes.
said, the show originally aired in the UK, or did I not?
You said that.
While the North American version is available online, a handful of episodes from the UK version were missing. A YouTube user named Skatoony Remastered has been evidently helping has found some of the episodes himself, but oh, hold up.
Grayson, you still there?
He is a bit on a BRB.
Oh,
Now I'm gonna give him a glass of water. Oh wait, it's water that I have. Oops.
Sorry, my sister was calling me for a stupid question. She just asked me what number or letter is not on the periodic table. I had to look it up. It was J.
Bro!
Anyway, as I said, Skatoony Remastered was found some of the episodes themselves, along with partial episodes, but for a while, a good portion were lost. These were uploaded in the mid-2010s, but in 2019, a user uploaded the first 9 episodes of the first season, except season 6, episode 6, and gave Skatoony Remastered them and uploaded them in 2019. It was quiet until 2021, where a shit ton of episodes were found by a user named Power Spyin, who claimed to have recorded them along with his brother, I believe. Oh, and and you know the person who I said found those season 1 episodes I mentioned? Well, they apparently had two other episodes, episodes 11 and 12 of the first season. Now, as in 2022 rolled around, only 2 episodes were lost, those being Halloween and In Your Dreams. And thankfully, and what made me so happy, on May 30th of last year, here the final missing episodes, along with a higher quality version of the episode Inside Eagle Eyes, which only had a low quality recording of the full episode, were uploaded to YouTube by user Taylor Wright, marking the entire series as found, putting an end to one of the best pieces of lost media ever. I don't care what people say about Skatoony.
I'm just waiting for Toy Story 4 original script.
Wait, hey, Aline, have you seen any of the UK episodes?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, they're basically just they're just recordings of TV broadcasts, which is fair. Sparkle House lost recordings. Oh,
At least I would bring some
and can I be honest about the Skatoony thing? I was looking very hard on those for those. Okay, this one is weird. Sparkle House was alive. Yeah, the project and yeah, there was a studio album that was supposed to release in between 2017 or 2010, but it wouldn't be until June 13th of this year that was announced through the official Sparkle Horse social media pages that with the help of Matt Linkhouse, a new Sparkle Horse album titled Bird Machine would officially be released via Anti Records in 2013. It was later confirmed by Matt to be the same album recorded with Steve Albini in 2009, and this was the album I'm talking about. SpongeBob SquarePants and the Nicktoons Gravjet Racing.
Why did I wake up like shit?
Because you did.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point, because I woke up 3 in the fucking times.
Okay, this was a canceled racing game that was supposed to release in 2009 for the Xbox Live Arcade. It featured characters from SpongeBob, if you can't already tell by now, Back at the Barnyard, Ren and Stimpy, Fanboy and Chum Chum, My Life as a Teenage Robot, The Mighty Bee, and possibly even more. For its cancellation, the ESRB rated the game and gave it an E rating, along with stating that it would release for the Xbox 360 and PC. The name of the developers and publisher, however, have not been revealed. If you can't already tell, this would have been similar to Mario Kart and F-Zero.
So it's like a mix of them.
The game never left the beta stage and was canceled due to financial difficulties. No builds of the game have been released, and all that exists is an unofficial artwork and some screenshots and concept art. I think one more should do it for today on this stage debut. This will be the last one I do on stream today. Stage Debut is a canceled GameCube exclusive game that developed and published by Nintendo. Development from 2002 to 2004. It was designed with the use of the Game Boy Advance. The use of the Game Boy Advance's never officially released camera peripheral, the Game Eye, a spiritual successor to the Game Boy's camera, which allowed players to take photos of their faces and port them into the game. The game was never officially confirmed, and the game is widely believed to have been canceled because the peripheral never came out. And at E3 2008, Shigeru Miyamoto stated that the game was, quote, in my mind still live, by pointing out the game's connection between the introduction of Mii's and the Mii channel on the Wii console. No builds of the game have leaked to the public, and all that remains of the game are screenshots and videos taken of the demonstration at E3 2003. El Supersonic Q also made a video talking about this, which I highly recommend. And that'll do it for today. What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think about the stuff we talked about? What was your favorite?
Once upon a tree, there's a tree called Grayson!
Okay, no, I'm removing you. Goodbye.
No wonder why we're dumbasses.
We're both equally lovable dumbasses. Anyway, what was your guy? What did you guys have to say? Your favorite piece I talked about here.
Skatoony?
Yeah, Skatoony.
Yeah, Skatoony is so strange that I love it.
Never heard of it, but I think it's actually cool.
Yeah, you can watch some episodes on YouTube. Like both the American and UK version are fully found on YouTube. Well, that'll do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another part of this iceberg. Bye!